Oh yeah, everyone's favorite space heroes come troublemakers are back, and this time they're bringing in the holiday festivities. That's right, we're finally going to witness the mayhem and chaos in the GOTG spin-off show that's landing with loads of carols and surprise cameos. In this video, we'll talk about actor Kevin Bacon's reaction to his name-dropping in GOTG and how the actor feels becoming part of the holiday special. First up, actor Kevin Bacon was surprised to be name-dropped in GOTG. Guardians of the Galaxy is perhaps the most out-of-the-box Marvel project because it seems that it's rarely in the MCU's control. The mess, the wit, and the obnoxiousness of this franchise are pure entertainment, and when combined with James Gunn's direction, a complete goldmine. As we know that the MCU never gets off track, but they're doing something really special with this GOTG, and that's the fast-paced 44 minutes Christmas special show before the Guardians final volume. And guess who is finally making a much-awaited cameo in the special? We're surprised if you haven't guessed by now. It's the one and only Chuck Norris. Ah, got ya. Well, of course, it's the veteran actor Kevin Bacon, who has been the star of Peter Quill's universe ever since we were introduced to him. We loved how Peter explained to the rest of the Guardians about Earth actors and made them sound like real-life superheroes. It turns out that Star-Lord was a big Bacon fan ever since he watched Footloose and considered him the guy. Everyone loved the reference, except the guy it was about. Well, it wasn't like Kevin didn't dig it. It's just that the actor only came to know about the name-dropping when he watched the movie in the theater. The name check caught him off guard, and he even admitted in an interview that he was shocked to hear it when he went to the movies without knowing. Bacon told the Post that it was pretty weird for him to sit there in the dark, surrounded by strangers, and suddenly his name came up. And you recall those weird incidents based on what you do for a living. Still, the 64-year-old actor was quite thrilled by the inclusion. Following that, is there any way to catch Kevin Bacon on GOTG Holiday Special? It's because of the name dropping that made it easier for actor Kevin Bacon to join the Guardians on their holiday special. Yes, James Gunn finally bagged the guy Peter Quill is obsessed with for his festive frolic. Kevin Bacon will be playing himself because who else is as awesome as him? And he will be wishing everyone a very intergalactic Christmas. After Peter Quill bores the hell out of the Guardians talking about Bacon as the greatest hero of Earth, they think, why not give him the one thing he really wants for Christmas? So, for Peter, who is obviously having a hard time dealing with stuff after Gamora, the Guardians think that it's pretty important for him to have something to enjoy. And what's better than a great Christmas party? Yes, there is something better, and it's the man himself whom the Guardians will be kidnapping from Earth and bringing to Peter's party. It would be a one-shot story, and Bacon's cameo would be everything. Talking about his entry into the MCU, Kevin expressed that he takes everything related to his work very seriously, even if it's a TV spot and things like that. But playing a role that pokes fun at yourself is quite interesting and something he enjoyed doing. Kevin mentioned that when James Gunn approached him about the holiday special, he had nothing but a big, fat yes for him. But he did warn the fans that the special isn't gonna be like your typical touchy grandma's favorite carols type. It could be violent, totally bonkers, and could refer to Santa as a furry freak. Up next, the Footloose actor talks about being a superhero. James Gunn and actor Kevin Bacon go way back. The actor said in an interview that he was approached by Gunn maybe after GOTG Volume 2, where he told Kevin about this idea of doing a Christmas special. He didn't need to do a lot of convincing because James has got a sense of humor, and since he had directed him before, there was no reason to decline. The actor was particularly happy about doing the kind of stuff that just lets a grown man have fun and goof around. And on the topic of being in GOTG, he said that sometimes this kind of is really cool, since anyone who joins the MCU has to either beef up or at least increase their stamina, naturally, there might have been loads of hard physical work for Kevin too. He did admit in an interview that there was a lot of running involved during the shooting. The only thing he had to do for the role was to run from whoever might discover that he was in the special. We all know how Marvel likes to keep tight-lipped about cameos, and basically Kevin had to be extra careful during shooting, which was kind of challenging for him. Well, at least he didn't have to lie like Andrew all the time. That guy was good. Coming up, what to expect from GOTG Holiday Special. So enough talk about Kevin Bacon's role. What about what's going to happen in the special? Will it connect to the bigger MCU plot? Is Peter finally going to deal with his grief? Is Drax going to realize he's an idiot? Will they invite Thor to the party? These are all the questions MCU fanboys and girls want to know. Unfortunately, what we do know is that all of your favorite Guardians are going to be in the special. Maybe minus Gamora. Of course, there will be musical scores, but not your usual Jingle Bell, because it's going to be Guardian style. There will be Christmas carols, including I Don't Know What Christmas Is, But Christmas Is Here. The song will feature some rough jokes about Mrs. Claus working the pole, or elves rising up to a revolt and apparently stabbing Santa in the eye. Classic Gunn and Guardian wit and puns. The 12-song soundtrack was released on November 23rd, along with vocals by Bacon. The Apollo 13 actor isn't a big fan of the old Christmas songs and kind of considers himself a bit of a Scrooge when it comes to Christmas music. But he does dig Greensleeves by John Coltrane and Blue Christmas by Elvis Presley. As for the Christmas special initial reactions, people shouldn't be too harsh on the 44-minute one-stop trip because it's a special. It's supposed to be lighthearted, full of insulting pop culture jokes, and senseless if it has to be. Fortunately, the first reactions are fairly positive, calling the special a heartwarmingly festive affair. The special is supposed to bridge the events between GOTG Volume 3 and Avengers Endgame. Next up, James Gunn talks about Kevin Bacon not liking Christmas. Yes, there are people out there who aren't as passionate about Christmas as most of us. The holiday special director, James Gunn, has admitted that actor Kevin Bacon, who is set to appear in the special on Disney Plus, isn't a big fan of Christmas. James Gunn was asked during an interview with Variety how the real Kevin Bacon compared to his character in the movie. The GOTG director admitted that Kevin isn't a big fan of Christmas in real life, which is kind of ironic. He added that the actor had to show up in this house that's supposed to be his in the movie, and it's filled up like a giant Santa Claus vomited all over the place. It's full of the Christmas spirit, but it's nothing like the real actor's house. Still, Gunn thinks that Kevin is such an egoless guy, cause why else would he agree to play a character who is a Christmas fanatic when he's the opposite in real life? Bacon is no stranger to the superhero world, since he played the notorious Sebastian Shaw in X-Men First Class. He understands the memo, but it's Gunn we're talking about, and for all we know, he's never following the book. Obviously, considering where the MCU is headed, fans can't help but think that maybe Kevin Bacon's character is like his multiverse self. Maybe there's a connection now that Marvel is playing with the X word. But Gunn didn't cater to these rumors and made it clear that Bacon was here for the project that was in front of them, and that he was the perfect person for the special. And finally, James Gunn drops a hint on Emotional Volume 3. GOTG Volume 3 will always be special for director James Gunn as he speaks about his future with the MCU after the franchise ends. Since he has been announced as the co-CEO and co-chairperson of DC Studios for Warner Bros., we can expect him to step down for future Marvel projects. But when E.T. asked about further projects with Marvel Studios, he did say never, but also added that for the time being, it's his last Marvel movie. The fans are devastated to even think about saying goodbye to the Guardians, and for that reason, they think that Volume 3 is going to be an emotional affair. But what scene can top Yondu's sacrifice in Volume 2? That's a wrap for this video. Would you want other MCU franchises to have holiday specials? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more more videos like this. See you in the next one.